The Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th seemed to come out of nowhere. But in reality, Palestinian militants can be seen preparing for it in plain sight in training videos like these for years. These videos, which were widely posted to social media, look nearly identical to the attacks on the 7th that killed more than 1,200 Israelis. Since December of 2020, a loose coalition of Palestinian militant groups led by Hamas, called the Joint Room, posted videos to Telegram of their annual training exercises. The journal reviewed hundreds of posts and had military experts analyze them. They show participants blowing up border fences, raiding military bases, taking hostages, and traveling in convoys of white pickup trucks. These annual training sessions took place every December at outdoor locations throughout Gaza. One location is less than 2 miles away from the Erez border crossing, one of the Israeli bases militants attacked on October 7th. Arab, Israeli, and Western media even covered the training events. By 2023, Joint Room militants appear to be more sophisticated in their tactics, and their annual event was moved up to mid-September, a change from previous years. Still, Israeli officials seem to have ignored or missed these warnings that mirror the tactics Hamas would use just a few weeks later. Perhaps the most sophisticated aspect of the October 7th attacks was Hamas's ability to breach the Israeli border fence. It's a tactic they had been honing for years and flaunting on social media. In 2020 training footage posted to Telegram, we see members of the Joint Room Coalition using remote devices to blow up buildings. In the following years, they practiced this same skill, now with gates and concrete barriers like those seen on October 7th. Once militants broke through the border on October 7th, they invaded a number of bases belonging to Israeli Defense Forces, or the IDF. Joint Room training footage shows Hamas and other Palestinian militants went to great lengths to perfect this tactic. They created mock IDF bases that featured watchtowers, domes, and gates, exactly like those seen in the structures militants attacked in early October. In footage from the 7th, we can see a militant throw an explosive into an IDF base along the border. We see them practice a similar maneuver in dozens of training videos since 2020. On October 7th, militants divided into teams, taking cover like this as they seized bases. It's another tactic they drilled over several years. Analysts who watched this footage say that from 2020 to 2023, training participants gradually look more coordinated, evolving into SWAT-like teams that move and shoot like military infantry, much like we saw on October 7th. As the attack unfolded on the 7th, militants took more than 200 Israeli civilians and IDF soldiers hostage. Here, at the 2020 Joint Room event, participants simulate seizing an Israeli soldier from a tank. The same tactic is repeated in 2021 exercises. And by 2022, it evolves into a group hostage-taking scenario. A recurring image through the events of October 7th is the highly organized convoys of white pickup trucks that Hamas and other militants used to carry out the attacks. In a training video shared on Telegram in September 2023, just weeks before the attack, the same white pickup trucks full of Hamas militants can be seen pulling into the 2023 training site. And this September 10th Telegram post describes Joint Room leadership touring observation points along the border wall. The same pickup trucks are seen shuttling the entourage in photos of the inspection. When asked whether Israel took any measures to guard against the tactics seen in these videos and posts, the IDF said it is focused on eliminating the threat from Hamas and will look into such questions at a later stage. Despite these examples and the warnings they may have offered, Israeli officials failed to ward off what led to the deadliest attacks in the country's history.
هيكل ايش اسمك؟